The car will be able to take you anywhere you want, with ultimately 10 times safer than if you were driving it yourself. And it's going to just completely revolutionize the world. This is one of those things that comes along very rarely. The Tesla Autopilot team and AI team has done an incredible job building real-world AI.
I think it can be a very powerful product where we aspire to reach volume production in 2024. Musk said of the Tesla Robotaxi in 2022, "I think it will really be a massive driver of Tesla's growth." This means that the company will only have 2 years, less than a year now actually, to develop, test, verify, produce at volume, and commercially launch a robotaxi service that meets regulatory rules that vary from state to state. In California, Tesla's largest market for passenger vehicle sales, it will mean navigating the permitting process of 2 agencies. Musk struck a bullish tone despite the numerous challenges. The dedicated robotaxi will be highly optimized for autonomy, meaning it would not have a steering wheel or pedals, Musk said, adding that there are a number of other innovations around it that he thinks are quite exciting. Halfway through this year, technology research and investment firm ARK Invest said solid safety data and the huge progress being made in artificial intelligence could see Tesla roll out its first fully autonomous robotaxi this year. In the published analysis that offers various odds on when Tesla will first commercialize its robotaxi business model, ARK says the recent flurry of AI progress from large language models like ChatGPT to image generation diffusion models like Midjourney should accelerate innovation in the autonomous driving industry. Tesla, for example, already uses transformers popularized by large language models for lane and intersection prediction, said ARK Invest in its recent analysis. In our view, Tesla's vertical integration strategy and Dojo training supercomputer are key competitive advantages. Training currently runs at 100% capacity, suggesting that Tesla's plan to expand Dojo by 2 orders of magnitude next year will help the company shorten the time between model updates. Recent videos of its latest full self-driving FSD software update, including one of a driver who nearly completes a full ride-hail ride without touching the wheel, suggest that Tesla is close to launch in some geographies. ARK says that 22% of its simulations predicted that Tesla will commercialize its first fully autonomous robotaxi this year, with another 33% of simulations predicting first commercialization will happen next year. ARK believes regulators will be won over by Tesla's irrefutable safety data. Tesla's data library should help prove statistically the safety of its vehicles, giving it a significant advantage over peers in the regulatory approval process, said ARK. Tesla's customer-owned fleet drives more than 120 million miles per day and over 1 million miles per day in FSD. In contrast, in their multi-year lifetimes, Cruise and Waymo have reached just 1 million miles each driven on public roads with no one behind the wheel. Moreover, accident statistics suggest that Tesla already has achieved performance superior to human drivers. According to our research, adjusting for its use on surface streets only, Tesla's FSD is 5 times safer than a manually driven Tesla. Not long after ARK executives shared their views on the Tesla Robotaxi, Musk shared his in a CNBC interview. First things first, though, the Robotaxi won't necessarily be a new Tesla model. Instead, Musk's goal is to have as many customer-owned Teslas serving as robotaxis as possible by having them install the company's self-driving software. In the said interview, he talked about how the average passenger car is used for just 10 to 12 hours per week, spending most of its time parked at its owner's home or place of work, which makes the value proposition incredibly inefficient. By installing autonomous software, those vehicles could spend that idle time out on the road as part of a ride-hailing network, earning money for both the owner and Tesla. Musk talked about the potential business model, describing a revenue split that could run 50-50 or even 70-30 in favor of the car owner. This could absolutely transform Tesla's financials because instead of just manufacturing a vehicle and selling it with a gross profit margin of 25%, each car would potentially earn a margin of 70% over time. In light of this, Musk referenced the analysis of Cathie Wood and her firm ARK Investment Management, which issued some projections earlier this year suggesting autonomous ride-hailing could generate $4 trillion in revenue by 2027. It could also create $14 trillion in enterprise value in the process. That's why the Robotaxi also underpins ARK's $2,000 price target for Tesla stock in 2027, which is the highest on Wall Street. ARK predicts the autonomous platform will be responsible for 67% of the company's $6.1 trillion in enterprise value by that time. Now, as Tesla enters the space, many are beginning to wonder if Uber should be worried. Notably, Tesla's autonomous driving software is widely considered to be the most advanced in the industry, with 2.7 million cars on the road specifically collecting data, which is 10 times more than its closest competitor. However, it is important to note that Uber has a huge advantage in its digital platform, with over 130 million monthly users who completed 2.1 billion rides in the first quarter of 2023 alone. Since human drivers are the company's largest expense, an autonomous solution would simply represent the natural progression of its business model. Still, Elon Musk hinted that Tesla will adopt a closed-loop ecosystem when it comes to its autonomous platform. In other words, self-driving Teslas can only operate within Tesla's ride-hailing network, and they can't be used to work for Uber, for example. That effectively ensures the company earns income from its software in perpetuity. If new electric vehicles do completely displace sales of internal combustion vehicles and Tesla remains the most popular electric vehicle brand, this closed-loop strategy could quite literally be worth trillions of dollars. In relation to this, Tesla's plan to develop a fully driverless taxi without pedals or a steering wheel has prompted RBC Capital Markets to raise its price target on the company's shares by more than 40%. In a note to clients in mid-June, analyst Tom Narayan predicted robotaxis and autonomous vehicles in general could transform society more than anything else in our lifetimes, saving millions of lives and trillions of hours. He raised his price target on NASDAQ-listed Tesla shares from $212 to $305, while maintaining an outperform rating. However, note that this was way before major banks downgraded Tesla in rapid succession a few weeks back. Given how much value and convenience they offer and low pricing, given the elimination of the driver, we see consumers switching away from private car ownership. Tom Narayan wrote, "We anticipate private cars being banned in many cities around the globe." Narayan says increasing sales volumes at a lower profitability coupled with a greater focus on autonomous driving is a winning strategy for the American automaker. He said that over time, robotaxis could make up 70% of Tesla's value, with sales of autonomous driving software and vehicle sales representing the remaining 30%. Tesla recently struck deals allowing Ford and General Motors vehicles to use Tesla Supercharger network. Narayan says this shows the company's ability to leverage its products to create partnerships. Many believe this will serve as a Trojan horse and enable software licensing in the future, he wrote. What's more, the robotaxi fleet is not the only thing Tesla has going for them. There's also the much-anticipated Tesla Cybertruck. Speaking of which, a new drone video showed the Tesla Cybertruck during an impromptu off-road driving session on Gigafactory Texas's construction site, providing a look at how the suspension works on bumps. The video followed the Cybertruck from the south of the massive facility over to a charging station, revealing some interesting details along the way. It was well received by many after seeing the Tesla Cybertruck driving on something else than asphalt, even if the terrain is obviously not very difficult, as the electric truck was seen driving on the dirt roads used by construction trucks and other machinery. The Tesla looks in its element driving on dirt, and the suspension appears to soak up bumps nicely. At one point, the electric truck drives by another pickup truck, which appears to be a previous generation Ford F-150. The Cybertruck appears to be roughly the same size, with the only noticeable exception being the EV's significantly lower body height. Early in the video, the Cybertruck also demonstrated its tight turning circle when the driver decided to turn the vehicle around in one quick maneuver. Tesla CEO Elon Musk has often expressed frustration with pickup truck designs, which he says haven't changed much in 30 years. He has mentioned that when justifying the Cybertruck's radical design. Make sure to subscribe for more.